good. We kikied. We had a good laugh session. Now I want to cook this dude. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in a polite way. I gave y'all a bunch of good videos, but this dude is the whole motivation behind this entire live stream. Let's go.
I'm going to say it again. Stay away from people who don't want to be corrected.
Hang on, now I want you to look at this person's demeanor, his body language, and the way he chooses to present himself while he's trying to tell you what you should be doing with a certain kind of person or people that don't want any kind of criticism. Let's go. Look at this person.
Stay away from people who don't want to be corrected. I'm going to say it again. Stay away from people who don't want to be corrected, right? If I can't tell you when you're wrong, if I can't give you constructive criticism, feedback, right? Let you know when you messed up.
How would he know when you messed up? Now, see, I'm going to let him cook for a second, but these ignorant kind of people with low IQs that can't even keep their composure together because they're upset someone don't want them telling them what to be doing with their life. I'm going to break it down to you why this makes no sense, why you should never do it, and why you should continue to piss these kind of people off that need people to need them.
For me, and I'm not for you, and that's okay. And end of story. That's that. End of story. Right? Because what I understand in life is that real growth requires accountability. Right? Real growth requires accountability. And if I can't tell you when you're doing something wrong and you feel as if you can't be corrected, then you're not supposed to be in my life and I'm not supposed to be in yours. Right? Because real friends, real people in your life are not afraid to check you. They are not afraid to check you and tell you when you're wrong. And those are real people. Those are genuine people. Those are people who aren't counterfeit. They aren't fraud. Those are real friends. Real friends check you when you're wrong. They tell you when you're wrong. They tell you when things ain't going right in your life, either whether you like it or not, because it's going to help you grow. And real growth requires accountability, and you have to have accountability, period. And that's how you grow, right? So if you don't want to grow and you don't want to be corrected and you don't want to be told when you're wrong, you're not for me and I'm not for you. And that's okay. End of story. Stay away from people.
I really want to know who's begging to be this dude's friend. I want to know who's begging to be this dude's friend. Like, what are you talking about? Now, what I'm saying with this, and the reason why I brought this up is because this person right here doesn't seem like the kind of person that would give you sound advice. He seems very abrasive just for no reason, off a clip that he's making, not even reacting to anything. Look like he'd have been in a scuffle or two. I'm not saying he got that scar from a scuffle. Just seemed like the kind of person that's been in that kind of way. See, people like this, wouldn't too much care, because I went through his comments and he's getting checked in his comments. He's not responding respectfully to anybody that's not agreeing with what he's saying in the video. Anyone that's saying anything against whatever he's saying, he's not responding, or he has something smart to say. So this is not sound advice from someone who is completely healed trying to get, no, this is a hurt person that wants to project their hurt on the other people. Because listen, it's easier to point out other people's what you perceive to be discrepancies in their life or things they need to work on than work on yourself. Now, what happens, why I don't listen to people like this, because I have a council of people. I have people that I go to that, whatever you call, check me, right? And that's the problem right there. They really want to tell you about yourself. See, a person that's checking you or helping your growth, it's going to be someone that you trust that knows it's coming from a good place, good intentions. If that doesn't mean that, hey, listen, just because you're a friend or blood family doesn't mean you get to check me. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You don't know where their intentions are coming from. They could have envy or jealousy of you, and they want to disguise it with constructive criticism and use the avenue of being a friend of the family or a longtime friend of yours or a blood relative. Listen, unless we're regularly interacting with each other and I'm opening up to you and asking for, you don't get to just run around and project on other people what you think is best for them. At that point, you're acting as God. And what you're also doing is letting me know you're a gossiper. Now, let me explain. People don't sit around and think about whatever you're doing wrong and think to themselves and talk to themselves, right? People hate to be alone. they're bringing it up to other people, bouncing ideas off of them as to what they think would be the best line of action for you in your life. And then you're the last one to know. And they'll call that like, oh, this is no. My whole thing is how long did you think about, this constructive criticism or advice that you're giving me? Who all did you bring in on coming up with this advice that you're giving me? And why do you think that you know what's best if I'm not causing harm on myself, my child, or anyone else? Why do you think from a third person perspective, the outside looking in, that you know what's best and how I should move based off of what you've seen other people do, or based off of what you would like to see me do, right? Now you're projecting onto me what you should probably be doing for yourself. I know that there's plenty of things for people to be doing outside of coming up with different ways to criticize other people that they don't know, when there's a ton of things in their own personal lives they could be working on. A ton of things. But it's easier to project outwardly like you got it together and then start going after people that aren't really doing things along with the societal norm. And the societal norm is people pleasing and you allowing random people to tell you about yourself. When has your parents ever raised you to take anything from a stranger? Criticism, candy, anything. But you're so busy people pleasing due to this social media type of atmosphere that we have, that you feel like you have to justify and you have to allow someone that's watching your social media like a loser and watching you like they're watching an episode of their favorite show or movie. And you know how someone watches a movie and they're like, man, don't go in there, don't go in. How could he not see that? That's the doing with your life. Why would you take any advice from someone that's a loser like that? Not doing something else more constructive with their life. So you will go to them and ask them for their advice because you can see that they'll bring something, for you and to you for growth. These kind of people that need people to need them are very dangerous, and they can't stand it when there's people out there like, no, I didn't ask for your advice. I don't need you disguising it behind whatever. I don't believe you. I don't trust you. They get mad, wig out, and start talking just like this.
Who don't want to be corrected. I'm going to say it again. Stay away from people who don't want to be corrected, right? If I can't tell you when you're wrong, if I can't give you constructive criticism, feedback, right? Let you know when you messed up, you're not for me and I'm not for you. And that's okay. And end of story. That's that. End of story, right? Because what I understand in life is that real growth requires accountability. Right? Real growth requires accountability. And if I can't tell you when you're doing something wrong and you feel as if you can't be corrected, then you're not supposed to be in my life and I'm not supposed to be in yours. Right? Because real friends, real people in your life are not afraid to check you. They are not afraid to check you and tell you when you're wrong. And those are real people. Those are genuine people.
It ain't
Those are
about
people
being
who aren't
afraid.
counterfeit. They aren't fraud. Those are real friends. Real friends check you when you're wrong. They tell you when you're wrong. They tell you when things ain't going right in your life, either whether you like it or not, because it's going to help you grow. And
it's not a real friend. Listen, or family. These are just losers that need people that need them. You don't just like randomly run around trying to get advice from everybody about what you have going on. And you don't let people that have no life, that are watching you like a movie or a Truman Show, project onto you what they think that you should be doing. If God didn't lead you to them, then you don't let them do. You don't know where their intentions are coming from. You don't know. This person right here definitely ain't somebody that I would ever get any advice from, just based off of how we moving and how we looking in this video. And the fact that he's being so aggressive with it lets me know he has a lot of passion behind it. And so something must have triggered this video. But again, dude, just because you think you know what's best for someone to do doesn't mean that that's the right course for them in their life. They're going along the path that that they're going to do. You're born in this realm alone. You're going to leave this realm alone. So maybe sometimes you don't want to be listening to a bunch of people that think they know what's best for you when they don't really know you like that. They don't know what your plans are. They're from the outside looking in. You understand? So don't ever listen to people that are so hell-bent on you listening to them about you. You have to take criticism. You have to be able to, yes, from people that I trust, not from random losers who want to project their hatred towards me and hide it behind advice and constructive criticism. Do you understand?
Real growth requires accountability, and you have to have accountability, period. And that's how you grow.
Obviously, loser, but accountability doesn't mean you run into people and asking them what do they think about whatever you have going on, or someone volunteering it to you and you just listening to it because they feel like they're special. Come on, dude.
Right? So if you don't want to grow and you don't want to be corrected and you don't want to be told when you're wrong, you're not for me and I'm not for you.
Obviously, bro, and ain't nobody begging to be your friend, man. I don't know who you're targeting this video towards or if you're giving it in general, but whatever triggered this and whoever, you need to be man enough to go and talk to them directly and tell them how you feel. Okay, because this is bull BS advice. You're not giving no nuance. You're not saying, well, I'm speaking as if you're in a relationship or if someone comes to you. You're just saying this very broadly so I can pick it apart. I'm not going to give you grace and say, oh, he meant this. No, you're a grown man. I'm holding you accountable for your grown man words. You gave no nuance. So you're just saying people need to be taking advice from people and allowing those people to correct you, check you. No, very low IQ, dumb thing to say based off emotion with no kind of, facts or basis in reality. Just speaking off emotion, like you're raised by a single mother. That's not good enough, man. It's not, especially with you looking like you've been in a tussle or two. It's not good enough. This is how you end up getting hurt, or this is how you end up getting a scar on your face or whatever, by running around, running your mouth to people that didn't ask you for nothing. And then thinking you're in the right because you think you see something that they don't. No one asked you. You're not born in this round with a pamphlet that says, okay, in this part of your life, you'll be doing this, go down this alley or otherwise you'll get right. Nah, you figure it out. Okay, you figure it out. This kind of BS, never listen to it. This is what I keep talking about, like word spells and like witchcraft through words. He's babbling in circles, man, just talking out the side of his neck, basically because someone didn't want his raggedy, funky ass leftover advice and he feels some type of way about it. You don't take advice from people you don't trust. You vet people. You have to be really careful about the information you take in. That's why I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch the news and none of that. All that stuff is a bunch of propaganda. You have to be very careful what you're allowing into your subconscious mind. And I'm not going to allow people that could have any kind of reason to try to make me feel like I ain't doing something right. I ain't got time for it. Everybody has an opinion. I don't have the time to be running around worrying about everybody's. I mean, that's the way it is. Live with it. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that one. Go ahead, subscribe, join the tribe. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to leave a comment, you guys. We're chopping it up. You ain't gotta agree, you know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to my homeboy Moon. I'm perfectly fine with people not seeing where I'm coming from or whatever, and we just agree to disagree. There's no need to try to browbeat anyone into whatever your perspective is. We're two different people. We have different life experiences that brought us to this point. There's no need to feel like we're going to see eye to eye or have the same understanding just based off of, social norms that are telling us that we should. Listen, man, you got to think. You know what I'm saying? You got to start thinking. So again, drop a comment. You guys, for the algorithm, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And I'm your brother. Love you, and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.